Hey, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Boy, this is Coffee with Kevin, and I am Kevin Martin. I'm trying to find out. There we go. I had a little video problem on my own side, and this is my coffee. And today I am blessed. Every day I am blessed, and every day we should feel blessed. We really should. It's a great way to feel and start your day. Mm, 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 mm. I hope you have yourself a nice hot cup of coffee or tea or whatever it is you're drinking, whether it's hot or cold water, smoothie, whatever it is. Here's to you. hmm We got a little new branding today, new way to look. I'm just experimenting with a few things, but I like having those coffee cups out there because that's what we're all about. It's this is coffee time. This is coffee with Kevin. Yeah. So today it's May 14th. May 14th already. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit of a, there we go. I'll go this way, getting more in the middle here. My flag seems to come up when it hits part of my head here. Um, there we go. I just try to keep it as nice as possible. I like this color design in the background, although I bleed into it a little bit, and that's okay. So today's May 14th. What a day. On this day in 1998, Frank Sinatra, the famous, one of the most famous crooners in the world, he passed away on this day of a heart attack. I believe he was 82 in 1998. And on the same day in 1998, it was the final episode of Seinfeld. Now, though many of you might not be old enough to know that, but you've heard of it. It's a show put on by Jerry Seinfeld. Friends came after that. It was kind of a little bit modeled on something like that. Um, yeah, yeah. So it was this day in that year in 1998, very historic. And I think that, there's a bunch of other things. I think those are the important ones to talk about. I'm not going to sing, don't worry. I'm not going to do any Frank Sinatra, New York songs or anything like that today. But today I do want to talk about. I got another quote. It's another quote supplied to me by my sweetheart, and I like this. I like this a lot. I like this. This is a quote by Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn was a motivational speaker and author, and he's the one kind of responsible for Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins started seeing him when he was just 17, 18 years old, and it changed his life. And Tony Robbins since then has changed many lives. So this is, you must take personal responsibility. You cannot change the circumstances, the seasons, or the wind, but you can change yourself. I've said this many times in many different ways and used several quotes to get this point across. So when I saw this, I loved it. It's all about when you want to change things, when things aren't going well in your life. There's a lot of things you can't change. You can't change the circumstances. You can't change the economy. You can't change what's going on in the world, what's going on in your state, but you can change yourself. We tend to be on I look at the cause and effects. There's cause on one side and effects on the other side. That effects is kind of like, I'm the effect of everything that's going on. I'm the effect of everything that's gone on. It's a victim mentality, really. A lot of people don't want to say that because victim mentalities, has a lot of negative connotations. But if we are sitting here and blaming everything else, then we are victims because we're where we are because of everything else that went on and everyone else. when we can take that responsibility back, when we can take that victimization back and say, hey, I may be right here, right now, because of everything else, but I'm going to stop reacting in the way as I've been reacting and saying that I'm helpless. I'm going to start reacting in a way to say, I'm going to take charge. I'm going to take charge of my direction, my focus. I'm going to take charge for how I feel. And that's when you get on the cause side. That's when you're actually on the responsibility side. You can take responsibility. You can't change everything else, but you can take responsibility. And you can start looking at things like that and things in the past if you want to, not for blame purposes, but for learning purposes, and say, well, maybe I could have reacted that way, or maybe I could have reacted this way, and to learn so that when the circumstances, when the seasons, when the winds, whatever it is that come that blow by and cause problems, you can now have more control over the way you react. And when you have control over the way you act and react, you have a lot more control over the way you feel. You have a lot more control over your results. And that's what we want. We want to have control over our results. And I'll let you in on a secret. It's something I've said many times before, too. I'll let you in on a little secret. When you change yourself, when you change yourself, you start to change the world around you. We often think, hey, we can't change the world. And for the most part, you can't. But if we all started changing ourselves in a more positive way, the world would start to be more positive. When we change ourselves in a more positive way, things around us, maybe people around us, and things around us start to change in a more positive way. Mahatma Gandhi says, if you want to change the world, you start here with yourself. Good morning, brother. Brenda finally made it back, made it on. How you doing, hon? Um, yeah. So if you like this idea, if you like this concept, or maybe you don't like this concept, please comment. Please comment. Please share this video if you can. Like this if you like it. All right. That's it for today. I will see you next week.